I swear, people sell oddly shaped Cheetos for thousands. Literally thousands. What's the most overpriced thing you've seen? Hey, welcome to another story time. I'm Andrew, your narrator. If you enjoy the video, consider liking and subscribing for more dank story times. Thanks, let's start these stories. Literally any pair of dumbbells during the COVID lockdown. Edit. I ended up buying fitness bands and was fine with it. I saw a small thing of Lysol wipes being sold for $22 in a store last week. Edit. I was in a small business in the US for those wondering. I saw an external zip disk reader in the clearance bin of Walmart for 10% off its original price in 2011. So it was going for $180 and had parallel ports in 2011. There was that novelty app a while ago that was just a red gem. App Store made him delete it. But he was always upfront what it was. I Am Rich was priced at the max expense for an app then, $999.99. United States healthcare. Although seriously, HDMI cables in electronics stores. My dad worked in one and said never buy them as they cost £30, but are the same ones as Amazon do for £3. Now I know not all HDMI cables are equal, especially nowadays, but the ones they try to upsell you when you buy a TV are cheap overpriced shirt. I accidentally bought an illegally imported 4-pack of Jewel pods from Canada. I instinctively said mint, knowing they didn't exist in New York anymore. Well, he pulled out a hidden pack with French warnings on it. I paid over $10 per pod. Insulin. Discovered over 100 years ago and is now synthetically produced and still is being sold for hundreds or thousands of dollars in many cases. The drug companies decided they were going to make their gigantic profit margins off life-saving medicine. Food in movie theaters. The prices of everything is jacked up so much. But for the big blockbuster movies, theaters have to give 100% of ticket sales to the studio for like the first 6 to 8 weeks after release. So theaters actually lose money showing movies. That's why they have to charge so much for food and drinks. A couple of years ago, Marks & Spencer Food, a high-end supermarket in the UK, tried selling cauliflower steak, which was a thick slice of cauliflower for £2.50. It was covered in plastic. You could literally buy a whole cauliflower in the same row a bit further down for 40p. They were crucified for it, it was hilarious. Beats by Dre. $10 headphones for $300. I've seen a few friends post pictures of their Beats that easily snapped in half, followed by a pic of their brand new Beats. They really nailed it with the marketing. Bottle service at bars is funkin' stupid. I'll just go to a corner liquor store and buy the $4,000 bottle for like $40. Bottle service seems great when I'm blacked out and my friend orders it when he Venmo requests me the next day. It does not seem great. As a machinist who has made things for the military, most people don't understand what overpriced means. I bid a job for the military and they told me my bid was too low. I added a zero and got the job. Price I initially quoted would have been profitable for me. I saw a snowmobile motor for $4,000. It wasn't even new, it was like a 90s motor. It is the same thing with boats. An outboard motor is like always $1,500 or more. However, if you buy the motor with a boat attached to it, you are paying the same price. In a downtown consignment shop, an oil painting of sheep grazing in a meadow had a price tag of $18,700. It was by an unrecognized artist. When asked why it was priced so high, the shopkeeper said, because someone will like it and buy it. A lot of art is overpriced for that exact reason. It is worth exactly the amount someone is willing to pay for it. It can be ugly as sin, but if it catches the eye of someone with more money than sense, it will sell for millions. I'm an artist, but pricing art is ridiculous. I've seen stuff being sold for $500 that I could make in 5 minutes, while pieces that took months are being sold for way less. Art is dumb. Edit. To be clear. 1. A lot of artists are also underpaid, especially on the internet. 2. If an artwork has a good story behind it, I understand that the price is high. 3. I get that you also pay for the materials and the years of practice, but a banana taped to a wall did not require expensive materials nor practice. But it's an original idea and creative, and that gave it a high price. 4. Art is subjective. You're allowed to have an opinion. Nothing is good or bad, there are only opinions. Diamonds. If there's any doubt on diamonds not really having any value, just look at the resale price. You won't get shirt compared to what you initially paid for it. At first I thought diamonds were in the same league as gold, as in actual rare earth stuff. Turns out it is just a great case study of controlling supply and advertising to make the big bucks. There used to be a nerdy collector's store nearby, and when I was about 10-20 years ago, PFFF, I used to love it in there. Even if not buying anything, I was stunned by the individual Pokémon cards that they had in the glass cabinet, with their rarity emphasized by their ridiculous prices. There was one that always caught my eye. The Ancient Mew card. With baffling illegible text, the whole card being shiny and it being Mew, this was amazing. The £150 price tag showed that this thing was so special. They had it displayed in its own, velvet-lined box. Me and a couple of friends dreamt of owning that thing one day. For reference, the Charizard was £15. It turned out that it was only a promotional card for Pokémon the Movie 2000. I bought one due to sheer nostalgia on eBay a few years ago, still in its packet, for £4. Celebrity line of products. Companies hike the prices of products by hundreds of dollars just because the name of a celebrity was on it. I remember when I first got my Nintendo Switch, I went to Walmart to get a new Micro South Dakota card for it. Now I looked up the price on their website beforehand, $35, so I knew what I was looking for. Asked a dude in the tech department where the South Dakota cards are cause I want a bigger one for my Switch. He brought me over to the game aisle and showed me the same sized card, same brand I looked up online, but for $45. IWTF''D at this a bit, so I made my way over to the camera aisle and found the same exact SD card for $35. The difference? The $45 card had BOTW branding on the package. That's it, not even on the card itself, just a picture of Link on the cardboard. That was like 3 years ago and I'm still angry. Weddings. I don't disagree with wanting the day to be special and memorable, but the industry jacks up the prices if they know it's a wedding, and there are way more affordable options while still getting to celebrate love in the future. No reason to break the bank. Use the money saved for even more memories. At least part of the wedding tax is justified. Vendors will often put more effort into wedding stuff over non-wedding stuff, and will often even have backups ready. If something happens to your wedding cake minutes before it is picked up, you want them to have a backup cake ready, because a refund at the last minute is next to useless, since you won't be able to find a suitable replacement ready to go in the next hour. Sure, the cheap party favors and other plastic crap you buy months in advance that you have plenty of time to replace shouldn't have a wedding markup, but the day of stuff that had weeks of prep, it is better to pay a bit extra to cover the backups and prevent Britazilla meltdowns. Bottled water. Edit 1. If I'm doing this right cause this is my 3rd day on Reddit, but thank you for all the upvotes and karma. Edit 2. To answer some of the questions, I've lived in 4 countries, England, Switzerland, India and South Africa. I'm South African. I don't understand why bottled water is needed in Switzerland cause the tap water is literally the best water I've ever tasted, and they even have fountains that dispense potable water for free, yet they still sell Evian and it's literally Swiss francs 5 for a 500 milliliters bottle. Even here in SA the tap water tastes really good, but they still sell bottled water for R18 for 500 milliliters, which is expensive considering it's SA. The only place I understand why bottled water is being sold is India, cause like you don't really want to take a chance, trust me, I learned the hard way, it wasn't pretty. Edit 3. Also, what's the deal with like fad waters, like Voss and Smart Water? Voss water is literally R121 for 1.5 L. To put that into context, I could get groceries for at least 3 days for that amount. Edit 4. I've literally seen transport trains move Evian water in tankers through Geneva when I was living in Switzerland. Edit 5. Always remember that access to clean water is a basic human right. Luxury million-dollar homes built with the same wood wall framing, plywood and cheap vinyl siding as normal homes. I've told this story before. My wife and I were checking out yard sales. We end up in the rich neighborhood across town. I'm driving a dirty Subaru Crosstrek. Seeing everyone's classic cars, brand new trucks and BMWs. We felt really out of place. Well, we stop and start checking out different yard sales. One ended up being an estate sale. So we go inside. We start noticing they have the same cheap floors our cookie cutter house has. Same tub, cheap light fixtures, the works. This is supposedly $1.2 million house. It has 2 more bedrooms than ours and that's it. No yard, nothing else special. We get back to our car and just start laughing. We felt weird when we first drove up. But then realized people paid quadruple the price for basically the same house. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the story time? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more story times.